Hello. Okay, so today is Monday, June 27th, 28th, something like that. Anyway, so I need to soak. I'm going to try the ice dyeing that Paradise Fibers sent last month. And so they had sent us this gorgeous brick of silk. And I'm gonna ice dye it. So I need to let this soak for up to 48 hours. And Wednesday is looking to be a very hot and sunny day. And I thought that this would be a great thing to dye up on Wednesday. So I just wanted to show you guys what this looked like before I soak it, in case we have forgotten. It is so lustrous, so much shine to it. So I've got a bucket inside that I have filled with some cool water and a whole slew of vinegar. And I am going to go put this in there and let it soak until we're ready to do some dyeing on Wednesday. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Lisa and Owen from Stop, Drop, and Knit podcast. Today is a very hot sunny day in the 90s. And today we are going to be ice dyeing the beautiful Mulberry silk brick that we got last month in the Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club. So before I get set up here, I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of all of the materials you need. So I have a bin, which is going to collect the drippage from when the ice is melting. I've got a couple of wire racks that we're going to place on top of the bin. We have the magenta, cyan, and turquoise colored dyes from Paradise Fibers. We've got some latex gloves, we've got our face masks, and we are outdoors. My Mulberry silk fiber has been soaking in a water vinegar solution for the last 2 nights, so about 48 hours. Not quite, maybe about 45 or something. And my husband just came home with a big bag of ice for us. So I am going to get all of this set up and we're gonna get dyeing. So, yeah, what you got there, Owen?
Ice.
I got a big bag of ice for our ice dyeing. All right, let's get set up. I've got a plastic tablecloth thing that I'm going to set under the bin because my wire racks are a little bit bigger than the bin. So in case anything drips off of it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lay this Mulberry silk out on the dyeing rack. I am going to spread the fibers apart also as much as I can. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open up these fibers a bit before we put the ice on it. Not too much, let me do this part, because we just don't want too much white. You're gonna help me cover this all with ice. So I'm just spreading this apart so that the dye has a chance to get on as much of the silk as possible.
Me too.
Good grief, it is hot out here.
I know. I'm doing it too, Mom.
You're doing awesome. the fun part. What color should we do first? Blue? Okay, all right, blue first, huh? Okay. All right, where should I sprinkle it? To the right, to the middle, or to the left? Or should I do like a zigzag?
Zigzag.
A zigzag? All right, so we're gonna just tap, tap, lightly, like this, okay? Maybe I'll do like a triangle. We'll do like a diagonal. Okay, and we're gonna use all the dye. You have gloves on?
Yeah, I want to do
All right, now this is what I want you to do. I want you to tap just on top of where the blue is and get the whole rest of that up with that hand, okay? I know it's a little hard, that's okay. All right, good. Put that down. Let's do yellow next. I want you to get this whole area over there with the yellow, but just go slowly, all right? But go this whole area over here. Well, I don't think we're gonna end up with that much yellow because Owen kind of dumped it all over one place that doesn't have any fiber underneath. So we'll see if I can rescue that at all. But, all right. Well, it's gonna be mostly blue, buddy. All right, so we're gonna let this melt and the colors should mesh together a bit.
And you put a little bit more ice.
Nope. And it's all dripping over at this point too. So we're just gonna leave this all here. I'm gonna take off my gloves. And we're gonna deal with this later. But we made a big mess. Okay, so now that we're done with the powder part, we don't need to wear our masks anymore. We're just gonna let this drip and do its thing. And I'm glad that I put plastic under the bin because it's definitely melting quickly. So, yes, what I have here...
If you didn't wear your mask, the dye would go all over.
Well, the powder dye, yeah, you can inhale it, and then that's not very good for your health, right? It's not good for your lungs. So that's why we wore the masks, just to protect it, because we're outside, it's windy. You saw how quickly that powder just went down, right? So it gets up in the air, and the particles can
Hey,
just,
it's not orange anymore. It's
Well, it is a yellow dye, yeah. So, all right. So what we're gonna do now
This is the soft thingy that put in that.
This is some cotton yarn that I had attempted to dye. Sit down so they can see your head. Your head's gonna be chopped up. No, not on me, it's too hot for that nonsense. Okay, here, come on this side, it's next to the bucket. All right, so this is, actually hold this up close to the camera, one of them. Just that one is good. And so they can see it, okay? This is some cotton yarn that I attempted to naturally dye with hibiscus. Okay, you can come over here. I didn't use a mordant on it, and it really didn't take the color well at all. I did not get a color that I hoped for, and I kind of even burned it a little bit in spots because I accidentally let the dye pot get a little bit too hot. So before I just call this a loss and throw it out,
Yeah, because I'm wearing it like a king of...
because you can see a couple of spots from where I accidentally burned it a little tiny bit. I thought that what I would do is,
I'm cool.
as the dye melts into the bin over here, when we are done with dyeing this fiber, I think I'm gonna take...
Excuse me, butterfly.
Okay, you chase a butterfly. I'm gonna take this fiber and I'm gonna just try to over dye it with whatever color ends up being collected in the bin. So I still have the water and vinegar solution in the bucket here. And now that the silk is out of there, we're gonna let this soak in here while this is doing its thing.
It's floating.
Yep, and we'll push it down.
It's floating.
I'll push it down if you want, since it's vinegar. All right, it's vinegar water, so you have to wash your hands again. Okay? And we're just gonna let this do its thing in the sun, and I'll check back in with you guys. Okay. Owen wants you guys to get this angle over here.
No one's dripping so much.
Why is it
Because
dripping so much?
some of this and
Yeah,
some
don't
of
touch,
that
it's
is
done.
going down all the way there.
Yeah.
I didn't get any on it.
Okay, good.
I was the only.
So that's what it looks like from this side. But I don't want to leave my camera in the sun, so I'm gonna go put my camera back in the shade.
You can see that the silk is turning red when you put it in the water.
So this is actually also my first time dyeing fiber. I've only dyed yarn, but I've never dyed fiber prior to spinning. Let's have a look at this. I can't see. I'm trying to pick up the camera. It's way too sunny. So far, it has been 20 minutes. And you can see the top of the ice now is pretty white, so the color is definitely going down into the silk. Camera back in the shade again. Okay, so while this is going on, this guy is gonna do some fun in the pool. Are you gonna go under today? He just got brave enough to go under. Let's see, it's been about 40 minutes now, almost 37, 38 minutes.
Everybody, you know that I was here.
Everybody knows you're here.
Mommy, show me.
Hold on,
Mommy, show me something for that video.
I'll be right there to get you on film. That's what this side is looking like. So most of the blue color that was on top of the ice is actually now down below the ice. So yeah, I think most of the ice on top is now clear again. And definitely you can see it getting into the fiber. This is gonna be so cool looking. So we're actually getting pretty close now to it being melted all the way. I am super hot, so going in the pool with Owen, he's got the right idea for this day. So just a little bit more to go. Check in with you guys later. The ice is all melted. Going in the pool did the trick. Look at all that, Owen. What do you think? Oh. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move it. Oh, actually, I'm in my swimsuit. I don't want to be on camera in my swimsuit. Ah! All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this. Can you help me, actually?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold this. Can you take that one? I'm gonna take this one, and we're gonna move this. Yeah. Don't walk in the dye on the grass. And we're just gonna put this down. It's okay. Like that. Okay, just so it has a place to drip. Okay? Cool.
Wait, this
Now-
is just like a big bucket of dye.
I know. Let's go get this now. All right, so we have all of this extra dye solution in here. Look at that. And so, yeah, so we're gonna let this soak and see what we get. Okay? And we're just gonna get all of this in here. Yeah. There is puddles of dye outside the bin on the plastic wrap. This is a little bit tangled as well. It's okay. Hold that for 1 second. Don't put it in yet because it's stuck. I know, this was already all tangled. So I'm just squeezing this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drop these in here and let it be all covered up in the dye. And we're just gonna let that sit in there.
Try not to get dye in your finger.
No, not really, not now. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys. So this is the cotton that I put in. This is the leftover dye bath. So I have 3 skeins of cotton in there. And I'm just turning it what's hopefully going to be a nicer color, blue or purple, something like that. Yeah, so I'm just going to let that soak up as much of the dye as possible. There's plenty in there. So we're gonna let that just do its thing for a bit. And then I'm gonna come over here. So what I did was I just moved the wire racks. I just moved off of the bin so that I could add the other fiber and so that I could just let that drip a little bit. I think it's probably done dripping. And we emptied our vinegar water bin. So I'm gonna need to rinse this and probably gonna end up doing that inside. Yeah, probably gonna end up doing that inside and get that on camera for you guys later. Okay, I transferred that to just one wire rack. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just go fill up my bucket with water and I'll probably just move this and kind of dump the water on top of it, I guess, out here. So this is what I'm gonna do first. After one rinse, we are looking like that. I didn't want to just dunk it into the bucket because I didn't want the colors to mesh together too much more right now. I don't see the colors moving around too much, so that's good.
No, yeah, it's really
It's really good.
Yes.
I feel like the one that's most likely to run is the purple.
Whoa.
Very watch out, I don't want this to totally felt or anything. Alright.
That water's cold. It's dipped in the water.
Is it colored or is it clear? Look at your foot. It's clear. That's good.
It's supposed to be wet when they're cold.
I just want to see. I'm gonna go from the yellow end.
How it feels. Now is it okay to
No, there's still dye coming out of this. Alright, need another bucket.
Is it heavy? Why does it have to dry? I don't know all these questions.
It has to dry so that we can use it to spin
Why do you have to use it to spin?
into yarn.
Oh, I see. So it can make me a big woolly scarf.
Well, this isn't wool. This is 100% silk
What does silk mean?
from silkworms.
What
Right?
are silkworms?
Oh my goodness, ask your daddy.
Daddy, what are silkworms?
They're like caterpillars.
Ah!
All right, so this is clear now. Look at that. That's good. Now we let it dry. All right. Okay, so it is all rinsed. We got some noisy bikes outside, but it is all rinsed, and now this just needs to dry. But look at how beautiful it looks. What do you think, Owen? Does it look beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so then we've got this mess over here,
My, look what I made with it.
and we're gonna see
My, look.
what that's looking like. Ah, you made a little bracelet? Let me see your little bracelet. There was a little piece of silk. So cute. This is pretty. See, look at this purple color that we're getting now.
Whoa, that's
Oh,
violet.
Kind of, not as dark as eggplant, but it's pretty.
Daddy, it's violet. I know that the dog looks kind of black, dark blue,
Yeah?
but it actually like turned out violet.
Yeah. So I can probably let this sit in longer.
Violet is a purple.
Wanted to see what we were getting so
Mommy,
far. If
violet
I
is
rinse
a-
this, yeah, violet's a type of purple.
Hey.
So when I rinse this, probably let this sit in another few minutes.
It feels nice. And then see what?
This is a much better color than I had before.
It's violet again.
Yeah.
Why do you want to make everything violet?
Well, this is, I didn't know what color, you know,
Hey,
we
look
had a
what
lot
I
of
made.
purple in there.
Let me
So
get-
this
I see.
is what this is looking like now. So I have to teach in about 20 minutes.
Thank you for this.
You're welcome. But I like this color. So I'm gonna rinse it and then see how much color stays. from the excess dye in the bin. It is so pretty. Such a nicer color than what it started out being. And then this is our silk. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. I am so excited. So now this just needs to dry. I gotta go teach. All right, bye.